Welcome back. You know who it is. It's Adam. It's Matt. We're decaying with the boys, and we don't have a witty opening line this time. So anyway, Live Nation is trash. We all have relationships that formed our perspectives and fed our lives so they could grow to what they are now. Well, our friend over at Social Animals Podcast, Alex Hajar, takes a deep dive with his guests while they discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly anecdotes that we share with the people that we are the closest with. Every episode features a conversation between Alex and someone who is talented, entertaining, and compelling. You can catch new episodes of Social Animals Podcast on your favorite podcast platform with new episodes dropping every Wednesday. And make sure you check out Social Animals Podcast on social media by searching them out at Social Animals, all one word on Twitter, and at social_animals on Instagram. Just make sure you tell them the boys sent you. Adam, what's up?
Not too much.
Yeah?
I'm here, freshly caffeinated.
Feeling good.
Feeling good. Happy Veterans Day to everybody.
Yes. By the time you're listening to this, it's a Sunday, and we've already gone past, but we are recording on Veterans Day, and we love you. So thank you. So we are back up in this piece. We are trying to catch our breath from what we've done over the past weekend or so. So Adam, I think it's only right that we talk about what happened at Drink the Cookie Table.
I don't remember. No, we had some fun.
Yeah,
I think
it was a great time. Good job by Fueled by Hops throwing that thing on there. It was pretty good.
I think it was pretty flawless, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't see anything happen except for the fact that I spilled a bunch of water and ice everywhere behind our booth, and then it leaked out, and then Ryan had to come over and.
So did we, but we just got there really early, so it was okay. But it was way worser on the other side of the building from us. I don't know what was going on over there.
No idea, man. And it's funny too, because at some point somebody with a staff shirt came on and it came over and was like, "We're never getting this venue back, man. There's just shit dripping everywhere." During the cookie table was so hot, we were just dripping. But I'm going to talk about the double cross that happened at Drink the Cookie Table. I'm going to talk about it.
Go for it.
So.
I was going to keep it simple, but go ahead.
That's fine, man, because we got to bring this to light. We got to settle this right now. So, for Bash Brew, I was one of 4 people, and I was the last one to show up because I don't know why. I'm just the last one to show up. And so it's Adam and Lori and our friend Elise, and then me.
Yeah.
And as Ben from Arboretum Trail walks by, and goes, "Yeah, he's got you." And you point at me, and you point at Ben as to say, "I got you." So I ask you, what's going on with that? "Oh, he doesn't have any help, man. So, we're going to help him out." You offered me to him.
That's not.
You offered me to Your Honor, let me have my moment to make my argument. You offered me verbal contract to Ben from Arboretum Trail. I did a good job because, I'm a hard worker. And we were cracking jokes back and forth. I felt that at one point I did hurt your feelings because I was over there all night.
Yeah, because when I offered your services, it was like if he has to go take a piss or wants to run and get a beer, and then you just hung out there the whole time. Yeah. Not only that, but I'm surprised you could even walk over there and like squeeze between the tables with the hard on you had.
Yeah, it was
tough. As soon as I offered you.
It was like I did have a rock solid bone dog because I was like, oh man, I'm so valuable that I've been kicked off my own team and given to somebody else.
That's not what it was. I was just saying, like, because Elise was already behind the box, like she wasn't moving.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think the way that the whole thing was up, you were kind of locked in regardless.
So I was basically just saying, like, if you need help, here's this guy. And I think at one point we thought Ben might have to run and get some equipment from his house.
Yeah.
For another brewery that forgot their shit. But he ended up being able to get it without leaving. So it was all that circumstance. It wasn't, take this fucking goofball for both sessions.
Well, the way you pointed
you should have just, I thought you were just going to Hulk Hogan off your Bash Brew shirt and have an Arboretum Trail one underneath.
He tried to find me one.
The double cross.
He tried to find me one. But I'll say this. The reason why I felt that it worked out well is because, well, here's the thing. Bash Brew is your thing, and I help. Ben has Arboretum Trail. That's his thing, and I was going to help. I figured you guys would be able to go out and, like, network and talk to people, and that way, like, Elise could handle the Bash Brew thing with Lori, and Lori could also do her thing, too, because she's in, like, girls and craft beer and all that stuff. So, like, everyone that, like, runs and operates can go do stuff, and then, like, myself and Elise, like, the assistants, could run tents or what the tables, which I think worked out pretty well.
Yeah, I think session 1 I was barely behind my.
Yeah, you were out doing your thing. So was Ben. Ben ran out and he was like talking to a bunch of people. So it worked out really well. But the cool thing was at one point, because we had Aslan between us, and at one point it was you and Lori running Bash Brew, Elise was running the tap for Aslan, and I was running the cans for Arboretum. And people were coming up to us like, so this is like all one thing, and we didn't even talk to each other about it. We just both kept saying, "Yeah, these are ours." Like, yeah, like we all work at Bash Brew. Like we also like we run parts of Aslan, we run parts of Arboretum.
Yeah. It was like we had a full set of properties in Monopoly at the beer fest. So this one guy came up and he's like, "So you're running all 3 of these places?" I was like, "Oh yeah, we're building houses and hotels any second now."
Hell yeah, man! And you gotta pay us luxury taxes and shit.
You got to pay me double rent right now because I already got the set.
But anyway, aside from the debacle of help, assistance, and shifting around, I think it went really well.
I do too.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
So it can be friends of the podcast or somebody new.
Okay.
What did you try that you liked the best at Cookie
Oh,
Tube?
wow. So there's a brewery called Foursquare. I think I'm saying that right.
Fourscore. I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about
thank you,
already.
Foursquare. I apologize. Foursquare used to be that thing you should check in, be like the fucking mayor of Quiznos or something.
Sure was.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's exactly what Foursquare was. You're right.
So Foursquare, great place. They had a 15% stout that they had on tap. It was super smooth, super flavorful, and you could have lied to me and said it was 7%. So like Ben came back and brought me a taster glass. It's like everyone's telling me you got to try.
Guys were dating.
It was pretty nice. We'd like put our arms around each other while we were drinking them. But he's like, you got to go if you want to go try it and go talk to the guy. So I go talk to him. I'm like, hey man, is this really 15%? And he like got this huge smile on his face. He goes, actually, it was tested. It's 15.3%. But it was delicious. That and I thought 412 had a smoothie or a sour.
Okay.
The sour was really good.
You almost took my beer I was going to talk about.
Yeah, no, that was good. And then, not to be a homer, but on our side, I had the lemon bar. I compared it to some other things. I thought the lemon bar was the best sweet offering on our side.
That got a lot of love. That got. We served more of it than the pumpkin roll.
Yeah.
I also sampled a little bit more of it before we took it.
Yeah.
So they probably ended up about tied.
Probably.
But I did have to keep drinking the lemon bar because the carb was not going well on that first keg.
Oh, okay.
It ended up fine.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say like those were the ones I liked. And I do beep the horn for Bash Brew. I thought the lemon bar was the best sweet offering on that side.
Wow. Thanks.
Yeah. What about you?
My favorite. Trying to think of one. One of my favorites that I'd never had before. Prototype had that coffee stout or porter.
It was a porter,
Yeah,
and it
with
was
the Spring Heel Jack coffee.
Oh my god,
it was fucking awesome. So that was a new one that I've never had before, and they're out of Harrisburg.
Yeah.
Now, so I got to hit the center of the state again, apparently, because Foursquare, of course, with a name like that, they're from Gettysburg, and then Prototypes from Harrisburg. But as far as local, there was a great collab that I went back and had 3 or 4 times. It was the Chocolate Oblivion it was Hop Farm and 412 collab with I wish I remember the chocolatier's name, but with a local chocolate shop.
Yeah.
And that one was phenomenal. As well as the beer we featured last week from Adoration, the vanilla cookie was there.
I had a couple of
I actually
those.
didn't have any of those because
I did.
I had like 3 cans.
Yeah.
I did have their purple Skittle one or grape Skittle.
I didn't
sour.
have that one.
It tasted just like a Skittle. It was crazy.
I went and got the vanilla cookie because I knew what it tasted like, and I was using that as like a safe zone. Like, if I needed to reset my palate, I would use that 9%.
The 9.5 safe zone.
I would use that like, okay, I'm reset. I'm back to good. I'll go try something else now. So, Adam, real quick, man. We talked about Squid Games a couple episodes back, and I'm just going to let you know right now, I was listening to your mom's house, and a really funny thing happened because Tommy and Christina were talking about how they don't understand how Korean dramas are so funny. Or not funny, but like how they're good, yeah. So they tried to call Bobby Lee at 2 p.m., and of course he was sleeping. When I just thought it was funny because he ended up answering. He called him back, and he was just like talking about how like, we wear our emotions because we were tortured by the Japanese, and then of course Tom's like, oh yeah, because your dad told me you guys used to get boiled and stuff. He was telling you that story before you go to bed. I laughed so hard I wanted to call you and ask you did you listen to that?
I did. I listened to it yesterday while I was pegging. So I probably listened to it. I listened to it yesterday around 2:30.
I think I was doing dad chores. I was like raking leaves and stuff, and my neighbors thought I was a psychopath. I dropped whatever I had in my hands, and I was laughing so hard at the interaction between those two. But I also want to say that I feel like your mom's house and Bad Friends are stealing from us.
Oh, because we talked about Squid Games first.
We talked about it first.
Because we have more free time.
Yeah.
So, to go back to the your mom's house thing, I liked at the end where he was like, Tom said something about Koreans. And Bobby Lee came back with, oh, don't worry. I'm sure you fat, ugly Peruvians will come up with something soon.
And Tom's like, okay, arigato.
That was a good episode.
Well, then, when I was taking a break, then I saw this new trend on TikTok and Instagram. It's the Insta Reels or whatever, where girls are going on there and they're saying like, oh, these are the 5 things that make guys really hot. And there was one girl who was like, yeah, when he clips his nails.
Ew.
Yeah, I was like, so.
Do you just mean they're manicured, or you like to watch the action of him clipping his nails?
I don't know what the fetish is. And I
think it just means he has like manicured hands, which don't look at mine because I bite my nails.
Well, also too, like, what kind of savage is going out there with like Guinness Book of World Record nails? Like, hey, what's up, boo? You want to hold hands? Like he's like scratching the outside of her palm.
I'll tell you what, I never dated a girl based on her fingernails.
No, neither have I. I've dated girls on.
I know you ladies love to get your like the nails polished and stuff, and I do agree. Like they look nice, but it's never like in the top 10 things I notice first.
I don't need it.
No,
I don't need it.
I'd rather you have like a little bit of dirt or motor oil under them.
I know you know what you're doing. You can change a fucking oil filter.
Some coffee grinds under there.
Yeah. Be a barista. That's one. Hey, you know what my fetish is. So anyway, I was going to ask you, Adam, if that's the lowest standard they're putting out there, what do you think is your quote unquote lowest standard that you'd have someone meet if you were back in the dating pool? Do you have one?
Oh, I don't know.
And you can be real bougie too. Like they have to have a Mercedes. And that's my lowest bar.
No. So it's like the scummy. Like when you say lowest bar, what do you mean?
When I say like I think that the lowest bar is like, oh, I want a guy who clips his nails. Like to me, that's
like bare minimum.
Yeah, like
or is it like the most bougie thing I need?
I think the most basic thing, because I think clipping your nails, that should just be included. It's like when you buy a Ken doll, it comes with shorts. You don't have to buy.
Sense of humor, does that work?
That works. I'd go with that.
Nice
like,
teeth.
Teeth.
That's kind of
huge.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
I think for me,
as far as like low, like easily achievable.
I got one that I think it might not be fair because you can't change it if it's you. But if you have a really annoying laugh, I dated a girl once that had a yuck laugh, and I couldn't do it, man.
Now we just sound like an episode of Seinfeld. I don't like low talkers or close talkers. Yeah. I guess it would have to like beer or be open to try beer.
Yeah.
If you're just closed-minded to it, I don't see us getting along. Yeah, with my day-to-day, I don't see us getting along.
Adam's personality is 95% beer, 5% metal music.
No. Yeah, well, you got to throw horror movies in there somewhere.
89%
junk food.
Beer, 1% horror movies. So, Adam, speaking of your personality, this is round 1, and you have a beer, so we're going to put them together. Call it round 1 beers. What do we have?
Beers. So I had the super, darn it, I'm losing words. It's too early in the morning. Privilege. Yeah. I had the privilege of checking out Acclamation Brewing.
Point of personal privilege?
On a Tuesday night when they were closed because there was a homebrew meeting there. So we got got to try everything on tap. I mean, we paid them to drink their beer because they opened for us. But we got a tour of the facility, and he let us do some mix. They always do mix match cans, so that's another one in Pittsburgh that'll let you mix and match your 4-packs. And they probably had like 8 cans.
Oh wow!
To pick from. I'll probably have one of theirs for us to try next week as well.
That sounds good.
They have a release on Sunday that I am going to grab. But what I grabbed this week was their Peach Milkshake IPA. Funny story on why I picked this one is when they first opened, I believe last summer of 2020 at some point, I went, and it was their second week open or something. So anytime a brewery opens, like, you got to give them time to like
settle in,
learn the equipment, learn the water profile.
Because Pittsburgh's water profile is pretty
all over the place.
Yeah. It changes weekly.
So went and tried everything, and it was all above decent. But they had a strawberry milkshake IPA on. That was like phenomenal, like one of the best milkshake IPA, like fruited milkshake IPAs I ever had. And I was like, whoa, you guys had this one rolling. I was like, was this like a homebrew beer you had left over? You can tell me on the download. And they're like, nope, that was like one of the first things they made on their new system, and it was awesome.
Brand new system, and they go, strawberry milkshake IPA.
So when they had the peach version on, I had to try it.
Nice.
And it was good. So here we go. Oh, that didn't crack. I didn't get it on the mic. My hand muted it. Paul muted that sucker.
So while Adam's meaty paws take over that can, if you want to find what's going on with Acclamation, all you do is search them on all social media. They are very active, and they, as you can tell, we're drinking a milkshake IPA. They do an array of different adjuncty beers, but they also do some traditional beers as well. So they're worth checking out, and I believe they're open Wednesdays through Sundays.
Wednesday through Sundays.
Yeah.
And they're open pretty late on a Sunday, I believe, too. Yeah, did you already say where they're from?
No, I did not.
Verona, PA.
Oh, Verona.
So
okay.
you can do a little, you make a day trip out of it, go hang out at Intergroove, and then check out Acclamation, or even cross the river a bit and hit Old Thunder, then Intergroove, then Acclamation if you're looking for a Saturday out.
That is good.
So
bro.
not only was it my meaty paw, but that can was filled to the brim.
Yeah, that's what I say, man.
Appreciate.
You and I almost got like 3/4 pints out of this.
Very good.
So this thing it's incredible. So, you're looking for that peach scent, that peach flavor, and this delivers. I mean, that's what you want.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to put a good Georgia-style mason jar with a split peach on there. This is delicious, man. What's this come in at? What's the ABV on this bad boy?
I don't know. See if it's on the can.
Yeah, so I'm looking.
I think it was about 6. It was normal.
I was going to say it's nothing that's going to like burn me up.
No.
But
and I get like a ton. The predominant flavor I get is the peach ring candy.
yes.
Followed by vanilla, which is wonderful.
I don't see an ABV on here, so they're just trying to get you sneaky drunk.
No, I want to say it was like low 6s.
I would say it's tasting like a low 6.
Yeah. I can try to look it up real quick.
Okay. So
Phil.
what we're going to do here. So, Adam, while you're looking that up, I just have to let you know that we haven't done a Bets of Doom for a while because I think it's because we had the whole like pumpkin flavored stuff buffet hanging over our heads. But I think we got to make a decision here, and we got to knock out Bets of Doom. You have it? What's the ABV?
5.8.
5.8.
I want to say this version might be 6 though.
As I say, yeah.
But yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah. So okay. So that's still a sipper though, man. Mm-hmm. It's delicious. So Adam, while you're looking that up, I was introducing Bets of Doom because we haven't done it in a while, and we have Survivor Series coming up.
Yay!
I know.
This is the day after we just saw the incredible Full Gear pay-per-view from AEW.
Yes.
Which you can just chop out whichever one wasn't great. But oh my God, CM Punk versus Eddie Kingston. Oh my God, Cowboy versus Omega.
I can't believe it. But here's the thing, man. WWE is kind of like sliding these pay-per-views in without not a lot of build-up, which kind of makes them unpredictable.
When's this even happening this year?
November 22nd.
Okay, that sounds about right. I was going to say it's usually around Thanksgiving.
Yeah. But for being one of its 4, like, they call it their pillar pay-per-views, they really didn't do much in the way of building this thing up. So I think because of that, we don't really know what's going to happen here because no belts can really change hands in the matches that have already been confirmed. I only have 4 confirmed matches here. So I want to do Bets of Doom with you. And I'm
Sounds like a roaring pay-per-view.
Yes, and that's why I think we can kind of breeze through it pretty quickly here. But I'm going to say, though, hey, man, loser has to do the Thanksgiving buffet of pumpkin stuff.
Oh, yeah, because we tied last time.
We tied.
Okay. Oh, well, we have 4 matches here, so let's see if we tie again.
I don't think we will. I think you and I have differing opinions on some of this stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah. So
do you just don't give a fuck? Because that's where I'm at.
Yeah, with this company,
Thanks, Vince.
I'm kind of over it. But
Braun Breaker on a team? No, not yet.
No, they don't care about that indie promotion anymore. So, first match we have here is Team Raw versus Team SmackDown in the men's competition. So, Team Raw consists of Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Rey Mysterio, and Bobby Lashley. With MVP, of course, Team SmackDown's Drew McIntyre, Jeff Hardy, King Woods, Sami Zayn, and Happy Corbin with Madcap Moss. So, of course, if you're new to wrestling because you're new to us or however this is working out for you, this is a 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match. So, all the while there's tag going on. If you're pinned, you do not win the match. You just simply eliminate that person until one team takes another team completely. So, with that being said, and looking at these stacked teams, one stacked more than the other. Adam, who are you taking?
You know how much I liked Survivor Series as a kid when it was teams of 4 and they had like a theme and they gave themselves a team name.
Yeah.
And it was faces versus heels instead of just a mix of everything on each team.
Oh, when it was awesome.
I am going based on individuals I like. I see Seth, the Damon Kang, Finn Balor, and Kevin Owens all on one team. So I'm going with Team Raw.
Yeah. This is where we're going to agree heavily on this one. I think that Raw is too stacked unless
Fox bitches.
Yes. Well, then too, I was saying if Jeff Hardy brings back Willow, you never know, man. That mystical power.
What a shit character.
I think the women's Survivor Series is a little closer because I feel like they have better lineups here. So Team Raw is Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Carmella, and Queen Zelina taking on
Damn right she is.
Team SmackDown, which consists of Sasha Banks, Shayna Baszler, Shotzi, Natalya, and Aaliyah in a 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match. So you went first last time. Let me take this one.
Sure.
I'm going to give this to Team SmackDown.
Well, we're not differing too much.
Shit. So I think that it's going to come down to if they should do this the right way, and it should come down to Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. With Sasha Banks.
So Bianca Belair loses again. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
That sounds right. Yeah.
And then it'll be...
That poor woman.
I know. And then, of course, Sasha Banks is going to go over on Bianca, unfortunately. But I just think that's where you're seeing it go.
Yeah, I'm going with the same, but not for as much reason as you are. It's because Raw is winning the men's match, so SmackDown, Fox, since they're on different networks, is going to want to win one of the matches, and this is where it goes.
Now, I think on this next one, you and I are going to differ. I really believe this because
We'll see about that.
I mean, I like to believe so.
I mean, I'm going first, so you can make us differ if you want.
I can, for sure. So we have Becky Lynch bringing in the Raw Women's Championship, taking on Charlotte Flair, bringing in the SmackDown Women's Championship in a champion versus champion singles match where no belts can change places. So you're going first, right?
Yes.
Okay, who you got?
I'm going with the man mom, Becky Lynch.
So you're right. This is where we differ because at this point, I think Charlotte Flair has been shoved down our throats so far that she's to them, WWE Creative, Flair is the only female wrestler that matters right now, and they are going to protect her at all costs.
She has heat with everybody.
They don't want her to leave. If she leaves,
I want her to leave.
Well, yeah,
let her leave.
But I'm saying they don't want her to leave because
I'd rather watch Nia Jax again.
No, you wouldn't.
Over Charlotte Flair?
No.
Over a single Charlotte Flair promo? If I could hear Nia Jax say "my hole" one more time, I'd take
she'll never be. That's not even PG. So I'm going to go with Flair, and I think it's because
that's the hardest part of the ring. She hit her hole on.
That's right, it is, and you could tell that impact was brutal. But yeah, I'm going to take Flair, and for those reasons, man, I think they can't stop shoving Flair down our throats. And I think, too, they're going to try to satisfy her to keep her around because if somehow she left and she went to like an AEW or an Impact or even like if you did like that indie circuit where it's like MLW and like PWE and all that stuff, she would take over. She would command all of the... Could you imagine her getting inserted into the already blossoming AEW women's roster? Next level. Because for as much as I don't like her, she's really great in the ring. Her mic skills are lacking, but she's good in the ring, man. Her and Hikaru Shida.
As long as she doesn't throw that big boot.
That's true. Oh, God, man. The Phantom Boot. So, Adam, we're moving on to the last match that we have confirmed here, and that's Big E bringing the WWE Championship going against Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion, with Paul Heyman. And, of course, with Paul Heyman, you're also going to have the Usos. This is another champion versus champion singles match because this is where the blue brand and the red brand collide.
Just like in every other match.
Just like in every pay-per-view.
WWE is definitely going to sell it that way.
Because Roman Reigns has never been on Raw.
No, especially not since the draft.
So, I believe that I'm first on this one.
Go right ahead. We're going to agree.
Yeah, it's going to be Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Because, again...
Because he's Roman Reigns.
He's Roman Reigns. But I wouldn't be surprised if Big E won, only because it can't... The titles can't change hands, and Brock Lesnar is waiting in the wing somewhere. I mean,
I could see Big E winning by... Yeah. Shady.
You know, it'd be kind of cool. Here would be kind of cool. The only time I'm ever going to ask for a multi-man match is if somehow Brock Lesnar forces his way into a triple threat match with these two.
But what? I mean...
Because it's WWE. It's WWE.
But he wouldn't give a shit. He can't win either of the belts, though.
That's fine. He wants to hurt people. He can win Paul Heyman.
Oh, boy. What a prize.
I'd take Paul Heyman. If Paul Heyman was like my cool uncle that let me smoke cigarettes when I was 14, I would really enjoy that life.
I wouldn't kick him out of bed for eating crackers.
So we do differ on one match here, buddy. So hopefully, I know. So it really comes down to that women's championship to see who's going to eat a bunch of pumpkin
maybe
stuff.
Maybe we'll update next week if there's some more matches announced, and we can pick those as well.
Yeah, maybe we'll see about that
if anything's announced, just to make it a little more interesting.
I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. I think they're going to be kind of because all your top players are in these 4 matches.
Here comes Braun Breaker.
Oh God, where's Shinsuke Nakamura? What's he up to? Him and Cesaro are just like traipsing around trying to be relevant.
I think Cesaro's in like NXT UK right now.
That's right. He did go over there because he fought Walter.
Yeah,
which was a great match.
Maybe bring them on for a match. Throw them on.
I would watch that.
I don't know.
Make that the main event.
That's way too creative.
Make it the main event, dude. Walter is such a stiff competitor, but he has that ability to sell because he's like in video games, he's like a bullet sponge. As you're just like trying, and all of a sudden finally start selling what you're doing.
He's the training range.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'd love to see that. Make it happen, but they won't.
Walter.
So, from Buckle to Bell, the boys bring you the best combat news in the biz. So, we go back to Survivor Series here, and we talked about the lackluster build-up here to announce the teams. So, usually, if you remember this, and you said this earlier, as kids, we watched all these qualifier matches and, like, backstabbing and inner team turmoil and all these things were going on, and I was waiting for it because that's what I like about Survivor Series. Not even the Survivor Series match itself, but all the build-up, like the weeks. WWE just launched the teams on Twitter at 3 p.m. on a Saturday.
My favorite team ever, and I can't remember the 4th member right now, but there was a team when we were kids.
Nexus.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan. No, when we were kids.
I am a kid.
Nexus is when I stopped watching WWE the first time. The second time is coming up real soon. It was Hacksaw Jim Duggan and teamed with Demolition, and then there was a 4th guy. But it was like gimmick on top of gimmick for Duggan. So Duggan had just won King of the Ring or beat somebody for the crown or whatever. So he had the crown gimmick going. He had the USA Patriot gimmick going on. And then he also took on Demolition's like dominatrix gear gimmick.
I loved it.
It was fucking insane.
Yes.
His 2x4 had a crown on it. He had a crown on. He had the gimp mask on. It was the insanest Hacksaw Jim Duggan I've ever seen. He did all the cocaine before that pay-per-view. And it was phenomenal.
Do you remember Hacksaw Jim Duggan 2.0 Eugene? That was cool.
Remember when a Hacksaw Jim Duggan went to WCW and found a title in the trash? He claimed himself champion.
This is mine.
They made him a school janitor in WCW.
I can't believe that. I think WCW bought talent out from WWE just to emasculate them. Yeah. I mean, well, then too,
it was the same way. WWF did that in the early '90s with everybody from other territories, like bringing Dusty Rhodes and putting them in polka dots and
making them do gyrations,
making
and stuff,
Bray Wyatt's dad a fucking tax man.
Like,
who wants to fucking accountant? Like, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, you're kind of.
I'm an accountant. I'm not fucking fighting. Not in this gimmick. I'll come in as the brewer, baby.
Yeah, that's way better. Adam the Bridge Bash Line, a.k.a. the brewer.
I'm a jobber for sure.
Oh, dude, likewise. We would definitely be a jobber team. We'd be like the Headbangers 2.0.
I'd be like Sandman 2.0, but when I go to bash the beer can on my head, I just knock myself out. It's an instant count out.
And then it's always every time it turns into a handicap match. We both come down to the ring. You knock yourself out. I'm like, well, fuck. So speaking of weird occurrences here, known douchebag of the show, Jake Paul, was rumored again to have played foul in his boxing career. However, this time it's over his contract negotiations. So we all know who Dylan Dennis is. He is the training partner of Conor McGregor. He made claims that Paul had a no knockout clause in his contract presented to Tyrone Woodley. And this claim was reinforced if you looked at the highlights of the fight, because I didn't watch the fight, I watched the highlights of the fight. At one point, Woodley did have Paul against the ropes in round 4, really knocked his socks out, didn't go in for the kill. Much like you would know Tyrone Woodley to do because of all the training and the experience with MMA, you know when you have him on the ropes, you have to finish or you can't let them catch their breath. Death before decision. But Paul is vehemently refuting these claims, and he states that he believes it's just a bunch of losers making statements to get their names into the news and to get clout. I mean, we're talking about him right now, but for me, it wouldn't even surprise me at all if there was a no knockout clause in his contracts.
It wouldn't surprise me, but that sounds so ridiculous. I mean, you are paying people a ridiculous amount of money to go in there and, I guess, try to win by decision then, but I don't know. Yeah, and I mean, they're trying to get their name in the news, and it's just us reporting it. It's not like the New York Post.
Yeah. A great, skilled, vetted organization like the New York Post.
Yeah, that is allegedly.
Yeah. The allegations of the New York Post, they usually get confirmed. So the New York Post does a good job. We're just trying.
Yeah. Jake Paul loves the New York Post.
He does. So now with this drama seemingly behind him, because Paul even said, like, hey, it's illegal if I would say it's fixing a boxing match. But what he doesn't understand is if you put it in a contract, someone signs it, it's not fixing a match.
Yeah, it's not illegal. And it's just basically turning it into an exhibition.
Yeah, it's a notarized document that everyone signs off on.
And what fighting body were they under anyway?
Well, was
WBF covering that shit?
I think so.
I mean, I know some of their titles were there, so
Yeah.
they were covering other matches. But does that count as a pro match for either of those men?
Well, it's going on their pro record. WBF is counting it. I don't know.
I hate boxing.
Me too.
And I hate the Paul brothers.
Very much so. But we could see a collision course with Conor McGregor because now Jake Paul is focusing on his next bout with Tommy Fury, but says that a bout with the Notorious One is 36 to 48 months away. What a time frame. He's talking in prison sentencing, by the way. Yeah. The New York Post also prints in months, not years, much like sentencing guidelines.
Months.
So it's good to see Jake Paul's kind of like focusing more on like an editorial approach to this. So like 36 to 48 months.
I will say there's a better chance that one of those two gentlemen are in jail in 36 to 48 months than them boxing.
Oh yeah, it's a race to the Iron Curtain for sure. Yeah. But I would say too, the one thing that Jake Paul left the interview with, and our source is TalkSport, he said that Conor McGregor's washed up and that I don't have a message for Conor. The guy's a mess. So like I said, he needs me more than I need him, which I kind of agree with.
I want to take back my bet. I don't mean in jail, on trial. Because they'll get off.
Oh, yeah, it's true. It's too much money.
Yeah. Or they'll settle, depending on what they're charged with.
So speaking of Paul, the undercard for the next bout is taking shape with a little bit of that Triller shit making its way back into the fold. Woo. So ex-NFLer Frank Gore is set to fight ex-NBA baller Darren Williams. Now, or Duran, am I saying it? Darren?
No idea. Don't know who he is.
I'll go with Darren.
I know Frank Gore. I do not know.
I do know Frank Gore. So they are making their pro boxing debuts. They will square off at 215 pounds for 4 rounds. Yeah, two big boys going after it. But I swear to God, though, man, Williams had to put on some weight because he was hanging around like 185 during his basketball career. He was always pretty big. But I digress. Both these guys are no strangers to combat sports. Frank Gore has been training in boxing for years. He's also a complete freak of nature. Like, he just retired, but he's jacked.
He was a running back for a lot longer than
most other running backs. Yeah. He's like that anomaly outlier that lasts for way too long. Yeah. And then Williams is also a part owner of Fortis MMA Gym in Dallas, and he's been an active student of mixed martial arts for several years.
Oh, you own it.
Well, he says he's. I mean, if you own it, I'm sure you'd like to participate in it as well.
Yeah, I'm sure, but it's like you're taking the super easy class and getting a fucking green belt because you own it.
Well, it's like
I'd go with Frank Gore actually training boxing for years.
that's true, and
not
also,
owning the boxing gym over.
yeah. Well, also too, Frank
Williams
Gore just being a specimen.
Yeah.
He's huge.
Yeah, I'm picking Gore in this for sure.
Yeah, I would take Gore for sure. Though the other part of the undercard is forming, and this is actually looking pretty nice. Amanda Serrano is returning to the card. Apparently, she liked her payday that she got from the previous card, which is good for her. Good. Taking on Miriam Gutierrez. I believe this will be for the strap that Serrano is carrying, and also Anthony Taylor, who's a teammate of Jake Paul in his training gym, is taking on Chris Avila, who's the protege of Nate Diaz. So that might be a precursor to something down the road.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah, me too.
Nate in there. The second fight had me laughing because, yeah, you're definitely going to grow up to be a boxer if you're named Miriam. That
yes.
Sucks.
You got to defend yourself at all times. Yeah. All right, so we are going to take a break for some ads.
What's up, Grandma?
Do you have any of those cookies in a tin that doesn't have any tin cookie? Like you just open it, it's a bunch of sewing stuff. Oh, I wanted a shortbread cookie.
It's just filled with those strawberry hard candies with the jelly middle.
Nobody likes
those cough syrup candies.
Do you remember, real quick, do you remember the tricky candy? It looked like orange, like candy drops. It looked like they were tied up in orange cellophane, and you're like, oh, those will be really juicy. And then it ended up being like orange butterscotch. Oh, man.
I don't remember those.
My grandmother had those all over the house.
Sounds like a horseshit of a trick.
It is. Especially as a kid. Well, before you're 3, you don't form memories. As a 2-year-old, I would just walk up to him like, piece of candy. 2 seconds later, like a goldfish. Ooh, piece of candy.
Surprised you're still alive.
Yeah, well.
It's kind of the same thing you did with Arboretum. Ooh, Arboretum. I'll just stay here all day.
Worked out.
Yeah, I guess.
I thought we settled this. Anyway, we're going to go into some ads. If you support them, you support us. And when you support us, we get to bring you some pretty cool stuff. So we will see you guys on the other side.
Arboretum.
Welcome back. Just so you know, if you check out our sponsors, you do support us. And when you support us, we get to bring you some pretty cool stuff. And just so you know, Adam, I was out there doing a little bit of networking too.
Yeah? Getting new sweaters with elbow patches?
Absolutely. And the only reason why I can buy those sweaters with elbow patches is because I'm making the connections with people, because people actually want to come on our podcast. And we have some pretty cool guests that we're going to line up here. And we only get to do that because you guys support us. So as long as you guys keep supporting us, and it's free.
Then they'll make fun of what you're wearing.
Yeah, it's free. It's free. Just go ahead and rate it, subscribe, and do all those things. And then we get to do cool stuff because then people think that we actually know what we're doing.
Yeah.
So
listen to it. Play it in the background. I don't care.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's what I do.
We might make you laugh.
Oh, we'll definitely make you laugh. That's going to happen. But speaking of our fans, I threw it out to our listeners on all of our social media, and I asked you guys very simply, because I had to have beer for breakfast after drinking the cookie table because I was hungover.
And we're kind of having beer for breakfast today.
We certainly are. So when I asked you guys beer for breakfast, here's the thing. I know who we make these shows for. It's not a mystery to me. It's not a mystery to Adam. If you like us, you like a few things, and beer is one of them. So yeah, we posted the question. I already kind of knew the answer. So 4% of you guys said no. We got to wait till lunch. And 96% of our listeners said kegs and eggs for life.
I couldn't date 4%. Going back to the first segment, I can't date 4% of our listeners.
4% of you guys are not going to be able to cross the bridge. Okay? It's not happening. Just so you know, kegs and eggs is one of my favorite things I've ever done. If I can do it, I do it for sure. It used to be keg, steak, and eggs, but I can't eat red meat anymore, so it's just kegs and eggs.
That just goes so well with your elbow patches.
It does.
Just hipster.
Plant life, baby. Plant life. It's okay. Oh my God. I'm going to outlive you by a whole year because I cut red meat out.
And you're 6 months younger than me. So you're living an extra 6 months.
Hell yeah. So do you... Kegs and eggs. Is that something for you too?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, when I lived in D.C., I don't think they do it anymore, but the local rock station down there used to do a Kegs and Eggs concert on St. Patrick's Day every year. So the one venue down there, I think it was the 930 Club, would open up at, I think, 9 a.m., if not earlier.
Yeah.
Booze was and had a great time. One year, the two music artists I remember being there. Like, they had a bunch of local stuff, opened it up. But one year they got the Dropkick Murphys.
Oh,
and another
nice.
year they got Andrew WK. So,
That's cool.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. Call off work because it was the best. I think both times I went was a weekday.
Nice.
So call off work, go get
do
drunk.
that.
Yeah, it was a good time.
The one kegs and eggs thing that I remember is when I first met my wife, she would work shifts at a hospital. So there were some times where I'd stay like the whole weekend at her house, and she'd already be gone by the time I was going to start driving home. And I remember being woken up by one of her roommate's boyfriends. He just had a shot of Jameson, and he was under my nose like smelling salts. And I was because it was St. Patrick's Day on a Sunday, I think. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And he's
Lord's
like,
Day.
yeah, he's like, come on, buddy, kegs and eggs, let's go. And I was like, what time is he? He's like, it's 6 a.m. It's like, it's 6 a.m. And he's like, yeah, man, we're gonna drink and we're gonna cook breakfast and we're gonna go down to the parade. And I was like, oh man, I have to go home. I have a bunch of shit to do. And he's like, no, you don't.
Not today.
He just put the shot glass up to my mouth and made like
the airplane.
Yeah.
Here comes the choo choo.
here it comes, choo choo choo. By the time I knew it, 6 a.m., I had a shot of Jameson in my tum-tum, and then by 6:45, I already had 2 Irish Reds, a mixed Jameson something or other. I'd eaten a
Get
whole
some blackie somewhere
whole plate of eggs.
There you go.
Because his girlfriend was cooking on the grill.
at 6 a.m.
Yeah, at 6 a.m. And she had
marry that woman.
Oh yeah, and he did. Smart move on his part. She had the whole platter thing out, and she was like flipping sausages and eggs and stuff.
Damn.
Yeah, she was out there killing it. And I had a belly full, and then we went down to the parade. I don't know how I got there.
I don't think I've ever started drinking at 6 a.m.
I went to a lot of West Virginia
I've
football games. So I've been drinking at 5.
I've continued drinking from the night before
Oh yeah, hair of the
into
dog.
the next morning.
Yeah.
But
Dude, the one bachelor party we went to.
yeah. Yeah.
Woke up the next day.
Yeah. I went to bed when the sun came up. Yeah. And then woke up feeling cracked out of my mind.
Yeah.
And at IHOP.
So much
With
fun.
my shirt on inside out.
Yeah, and your mom was there, right?
She came and picked me up.
Yeah.
I couldn't drive home.
Yeah, so if you want to hang out with us, we still there's still, for as old as we are, we still have one good day to night in us where we'll do kegs and eggs. So if you want to hang out with us, I think
We should do it sometime.
it'd be fun.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, start like a party at like 8 or 9 at night and just go through the whole thing, and then the next day like do kegs and eggs. Yeah,
Let's fucking do that.
let's do that.
All right. We'll think about that.
So-
March is coming.
We are in round 2. Adam, you brought a beer. So let's put it together. Call it round 2 beers.
I was only a little bit behind that time.
That's okay. So what you got?
Oh, I got this. I got another one from Acclamation.
Yeah, you did. But
Oh, what do you got there?
my boss from Arboretum,
Oh, Jesus. Here we go.
he gave me a beer.
Here
so-
we go. Yep.
What?
Just keep fluffing. That's fine. He makes
No,
great
I
beer.
said my friend from
He makes great beer.
Arboretum.
I heard boss.
Did you?
I heard boss.
Did I say boss?
Maybe because his name's Ben. You're getting that.
Ben Boss.
Friend of the podcast.
Ben is my boss.
Boss of you.
Boss Ben. Yeah. Well, anyway, Ben gave me a beer, and it's one of the collabs he brought to Drink the Cookie Table. And because I worked really hard for him that day, he gave me a few beers, and I wanted to just make sure that I featured one. So this is his Leonidas' Sweet Tooth, and it is a collaboration between, of course, Arboretum Trail and Pastries a la carte. It's an American Imperial Stout, and it's made with orange peel, nutmeg, and honey. And it also has these Greek Fanica cookies in them as well.
I do have to say his labels are better than mine.
Well,
I mean, I don't have labels.
I was gonna say you don't have.
I do have
no,
some.
yeah, you do. No,
I just make them out of our signs.
yeah, but your labels are cool as shit though. I mean,
The
the
signs are cool.
The
Yeah,
artwork
they're
is
all-
dope.
Yeah, I don't do anything for that. I just use all my wife's
Yeah.
talent and send them off for.
I think what he does is he's like the cookies in that, so it's like multiple prints of the cookies.
He has a guy that does his artwork. He does some phenomenal
yeah,
stuff too,
it's pretty cool.
including this can. I mean, this can's pretty cool, but I've seen like
Oh
he has
yeah,
some
yeah,
legit awesome ones.
yeah. So why don't you go ahead and talk while I prep this up?
If you want to get a hold of Arboretum Trail, check him out on all his social medias. Is that how you do it?
Yeah,
I'm trying to be Matt today. But yeah, I mean, I've had some great stuff from Ben. Ben was a homebrewer that just went pro over the last year. So good friend of the podcast. We just kid about him. Well, Matt might be working for him. We don't kid about that, but he didn't steal Matt away. Matt went willingly.
We'll find out. We'll find on the next beer competition when we show up, and you're like, "Hey, where's your Bash Brew shirt?" I'm like, "Oh, I left that in the car."
I'll kill you.
So this bad boy is coming at 9.8%, and it is a Imperial double pastry
I took
stout.
a big old pour of it. I didn't realize it was that high.
That's okay. You live here.
That's why. That's how I got so ripped up at Cookie Table. I drank quite a few of these.
Well, that's the thing too, man. Like a lot of these beers are sneaky because when you take your first sip out of this thing, it doesn't come across. There's a little bit of booziness, but you really get the flavor of the nutmeg. And I was telling people too, like the nutmeg is very forward and it gives you a roastiness, but there's no coffee in it. So it's a stout too, right? Yeah, it's a stout.
So there's probably roasted barley in it too, which kind of gives you that coffee.
Yeah.
I don't know his recipe, but I'm assuming there's probably some roasted barley in it.
And there's just enough sweetness in there.
But the nutmeg does push that roastiness.
For sure.
The honey's nice. I like that.
Yeah.
He does honey well. He does honey in quite a few of his beers, and they're all delicious.
Yeah, it was a good beer, and people really like this one. He had another one too. It was a raspberry, which I brought you a can just in case you wanted one for your collection. So I brought you a can of the raspberry porter he made.
I won't not drink it.
Okay. Well,
wait, that he didn't have at Cookie Table?
No, he had it at Cookie Table. I just made sure I brought you a can.
You said it was a porter?
Yeah.
Was it a porter?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
There are parts I do not remember of Saturday.
Well, dude, that whole event was. I wish we could have an event like that every month, just like a beer fest like that. It was so much fun. Yeah, but Adam, we are in round 2, and we have a tasty beer that we get to snack on here while we're trying to traverse through the second half of this show. So, and we both know we're already in mid-October. Today is the 11th, November. We're already done with October. So it's already mid-November, and Thanksgiving is around the corner. We also know it comes with that. It's the big turkey day. There's leftovers. And a couple turkey sandwiches and turkey soup are good for a day or two, but that shit gets old quick. You know you'll have that holiday hangover and, well, an actual hangover.
It's definitely an actual hangover. You got to spend time with your family.
Exactly. So you're going to have to hit that drive-thru to grab a delicious fried treat to carry you through until you have to make that Xmas ham in a few weeks, which that lasts forever, too.
The lies I have to tell to my mom not so much Thanksgiving, but Christmas, I'll get over there and just start drinking gin with my dad. She'll be like, this is the only time of year you drink gin. Why is that? And I'm just be like, Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
It's like, because the aunts and uncles.
Yeah, because everybody else is asking me where this is. How's this going? Like, listen, my life is available 365. Don't save it for one day.
Remember when you asked me 5 years ago? Copy paste.
Yeah, boom, 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 boom.
Nothing's
boom, boom.
changing. I'm just rotting slowly. Maybe next year my knee will go out. We'll have something to talk about.
Tore my MCL. Is that cool for you? Is that what you wanted to hear?
I'm starting to not like Thanksgiving already too. I hate the pressure of the holidays.
I hate that everyone hinges the entire existence of their year on just the holiday season. If they don't have a good Thanksgiving and Christmas, the whole year for them was shit.
And it's such an easy makeup.
Yeah.
Like, just get blackout drunk on New Year's and start over.
Yeah. Reset. Click.
For as much as I don't like Christmas, I do
love New Year's.
I don't go out and do all that bougie bullshit.
No, I stay in my house.
I invite everybody I know to the house. If they come over, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm getting the same amount of drunk either way. Just depends if I have good food to eat that we make for everybody or if I'm just ordering a pizza.
Domino's, what's up?
Right, exactly.
So, because of all that, Adam, I want to challenge you to the Mount Rushmore of fast food treats. So, whether it be a square burger from Wendy's or an apple pie from McDonald's, we got to get the people a list of what to snag when they have the turkey blues.
My first sandwich is the turkey sandwich from Subway.
Oh, dear God. So, actually, that Pilgrim from Get-Go is pretty dope, man.
That is real dope.
Like that. They have stuffing bread now too.
There's that, and there's the Goblerita from Mad Max. I gotta hit them both at some point. It is now November, so we can do that.
Certainly. So, Adam, we do have some new listeners. So, if you guys don't know how we do this, it is a Mount Rushmore is a snake draft. We go from our first pick to our fourth pick, and if someone takes your pick, you have to have a backup plan. So there's A's, B's, C's, and D's here. And then by the time we get done with having 8 delicious treats in the pipe, we are going to pick 4 that ultimately take home the gold that we were going to tell you to go get whenever you're sick and tired of eating your mom's dried fucking turkey.
This will be interesting because I instantly hit a lane on my 4 and didn't swerve out of it. Like I didn't do a big. I just went with what I like and didn't think of
I did too.
Which I do have a question.
Okay.
So 2 questions actually
Sure.
for clarification. So do these have to be like chain fast food, like nationwide?
Well, no, they can be like
They could be our region.
yeah, because I full disclosure, I didn't pick In-N-Out because I'm not
I've
there.
never had it. I've had Whataburger, but
I've had Whataburger.
I've yet to have In-N-Out.
Same. So I'm not picking any In-N-Out because yeah, no, I mean it could be regional, it can be wherever.
National. I think most of mine are national anyway, but I was just wondering.
Second question.
Can it be a discontinued item that we liked from some other point in our lifetime?
If you feel like you can fight for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I guess an easy attack on the item is, well, where's it been lately?
Yeah. Like the NBA. What
right.
have you done for me lately?
I think I only have like 2 of those on my list, but I was just checking.
Two of how many? How many do you have on your list?
I actually only have like 10 things.
I'm riding very thin. I have 5.
Wow.
Yes. I'm
Ooh.
confident that the things that I'm picking, you're not going
I
to
hope
pick.
I rip the shit off of your first one.
Oh, God. Well, I have first pick.
And I hope you say one that
Yeah.
I have a great insult for, but I'll say it to you.
Okay.
I'll save that.
I'm starting it off because it's my turn. And I'm going to go with the spicy chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A.
Oh my God, you're walking right into my shit right at the beginning. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm going to go with that sandwich because I will say that I had it the first time when I was out doing my day job, and I was really, really hungry. And it's been 2 years now since I've had red meat, really. So I stopped in there, and my partner was like, "You got to get this fucking sandwich, man." And as soon as I got it, it came out. It was like the size of a Nerf football.
Do you get the deluxe one with the
Yes.
pepper cheese on it?
Absolutely. Is there another way they make it? Because I don't even know.
They just do it without the cheese. Yeah.
Lame.
Yeah.
Who does that? Get a lettuce wrap.
I mean, Chick-fil-A does it without cheese on some of their sandwiches.
Well, they put the full power of Jesus in all their sandwiches, so.
Funny you say that. You ready for my pick?
Yup.
I have now just shifted something different into the number 1 selection. My spicy chicken sandwich of choice, because it's not homophobic. I like my chicken non-homophobic.
Okay, whatever.
Non-denominational. The Popeyes spicy chicken sandwich.
Ooh, yes. What a great one.
Was not my number 1. That was probably my 2 or 3. But since you went chicken sandwich first round, so will I.
That's such a good. You actually got me my first one.
Yeah, didn't I?
Yeah.
Well, Lori grabbed them for both of us.
Yeah. Like, what do you want to eat? Oh, and you just like the way you made eye contact with me. You're like, "Have you had this Popeyes chicken sandwich?" No, because there's not one around me.
Right.
You didn't even give me a chance to say I want one. You just turned to like, "Get to," dude. It's much akin to the Chick-fil-A homophobic sandwich that I like so much. Huge, just gigantic, and the way they put.
I think it's a tad racist too. I think it's racist and homophobic.
It is. Yeah. It's there. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's
Liberty
cool.
University. Psh.
There you go. But who cares? The food's delicious.
Go on vacation with your wife and your pool boy. Remember that? Yeah. Yeah, that dude's a freak.
He's crazy. Homosexuality's bad, but watch what I do.
I can fly.
Look it. The power of Christ compels you.
Oh my God! Of course, you picked homophobic chicken for your first.
You picked racist chicken for yours.
No, I did not. There was nothing racist about Popeyes.
Oh, I'm sure. Come on, man. Can we just agree on one thing? All fast food chains are racist and shitty to people.
Yeah, but some are worse than others, like Chick-fil-A.
Agreed.
Chick-fil-A is more racist
Agreed.
and more homophobic than any other one.
Well, speaking of being xenophobic, my next pick.
America Burger?
Yup. Freedom fries. No, I'm thinking outside the bun.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I'm going
Don't
with
you take mine?
the gordita.
It's close. It was not what I
The
had
gordita from Taco Bell
establishment.
is such a delicious little treat. And because of my diet restrictions, you can actually have your gorditas made with chicken.
Yep.
So
Sure can.
I get mine with chicken, and I get the little bit extra sour cream, and you better give me an extra bean burrito. It's like a whole thing I have in my brain.
Their bean burritos are tight.
Fire. And they're like $1.
Yeah.
So I go to not Chick-fil-A. I do go there too, but I go to Taco Bell and I will get it's like a number 6. It's 2 gorditas, soft shell taco. Give me an extra bean burrito with that. What was that Sierra Mist? All day,
No,
man.
Baja Blast, you amateur.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying what's the Taco Bell specific one.
Yeah, no. I know that, and I get Baja Blast when I'm not drunk.
Okay.
When I'm drunk, I want the Sierra Mist because it
Yes,
it
they're
acts like Sprite.
yes, Pepsi products. It's
Yeah.
Sierra Mist, not Sprite.
Yeah, so that's my second round pick, Gordita from Taco Bell.
I'm not going to fall into your tricks and move my Taco Bell up. I'm going with what was my number one. So for everybody listening, this is my ultimate because it's something that almost every fast food place has. It's French fries. But who has the best French fries? The Arby's curly fry.
Oh, you mother!
My number 2.
I
choice.
thought you were gonna just sell out and say French fries.
No. Very specific. The very best.
So the curly boys.
The curly boys. They just came out with crinkle cut ones, and
So-
I don't know why the hell they do that. I'm sure they're good.
They're
but
so good. They're so good.
How do you beat their curlies though? And I just saw that some distillery just announced they're doing curly fry and crinkle cut fry vodka. Arby's vodka.
Why though? Can I get horsey sauce?
I saw it everywhere yesterday.
I want to get a horsey sauce stout.
Dude, I'd be down for that. I love horsey sauce.
I do too.
It would taste like garbage, but I'd drink like 5 of them.
You know what I actually get from
And then
Arby's?
deal with the heartburn.
When I'm in a pinch, their Reubens are
The
really
Reubens
good.
are really good for fast food.
Yes. Yeah.
Their chicken bacon Swiss is one of my more favorite chicken sandwiches too.
You ever get the Fat
We
Man?
probably shouldn't be naming these. They might be on the list.
Yeah, possible. No.
That was one of my backups, but I don't think I'm going to need it.
The oven roasted turkey sandwich that came out that was like stacked with bacon and all.
It's just on like bread.
Yep.
Like it's a deli sandwich.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that one's good too.
Wow. And it's like 1,000 calories for a half a
I don't
sandwich.
pay attention with that.
Yeah,
It's
who
turkey.
cares?
It's fine.
It's good for you. If the turkey's not dry, it's so bad for you because the turkey dries out
Yeah.
for a reason.
Exactly.
So for number 3, you kind of went a little basic, which I appreciate because for my third round pick, I also went basic. I'm going back because you know me, I'm nostalgic. I like to go back to things that I loved as a kid and things
tear this one apart.
you won't because if you don't like this, you're not American. Okay? Because I'm going with McDonald's classic chicken nuggets.
Oh my god, this is perfect though because my third choice is actually a chicken nugget, but it blows the shit out of
Yeah,
yours.
well, no, it doesn't because the McDonald's chicken nugget is a fucking American staple.
There's one compliment I can give you about those.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I will eat from McDonald's.
Same, and that's why I picked it. But
Even their fries suck to me.
their fries have gone downhill. Their fries used to be fire.
When I was a kid, they were awesome.
Yeah, they're really good, but I don't know what they did. They
They're
made
just
them,
soggy
like,
shit.
thinner now,
They're
too.
like shitty salted grass clippings now. Like it's awful. They're so awful.
That's the best way to put it, man. I can't believe.
They're like soggy and limp and
Yeah, and they're very
salty.
and they're very thin.
Yes.
Whatever happened?
Yeah.
Because they used to be like thicker.
a little bit.
Yeah.
They were always on the thinner side of what you see around now.
Yeah, they're definitely like shoestring,
yeah.
but now like it's a shoestring.
And you can't even get those crispy. Come on.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Come on, Ronald. You can do it.
Yeah, dude, you're a clown. Use that it magic or whatever the fuck's going on there. Where's
Pump it up.
Tim Curry? Where are you? What's your number 3?
So I was honestly already going chicken nuggets with my number 3 too.
Okay.
But they're my favorite chicken nuggets. And since their spicy chicken sandwich has now fallen down the pillar for me,
I knew it.
it is the Wendy's spicy chicken nuggets. The spicy chicken. Their regular ones are good, but the spicies are great. And as a qualification, I still haven't tried the Burger King. They did like a Carolina Reaper nuggets.
Not good.
They're not good.
Not
I haven't
good,
tried them yet.
no.
Okay, so yeah, then definitely the Wendy's spicy chicken nuggets.
So I grab an Impossible Whopper from Burger King all the time, and I saw those came out. I was like, "Ooh, that sounds like something I want to try." And I got them, and they just taste like spicy nuggets. Like
You want a true fat kid move besides drinking
yes.
besides drinking dessert stouts before noon on a Thursday?
Yeah, what's up with that?
I like the spicy chicken nuggets because I can order them through the drive-thru, put them in my cup holder. Don't need a dipping sauce.
Yeah.
They're already spicy.
Just right in the mouth.
Phenomenal. Yeah. Just pop them like candy or pills or whatever you like to pop. I like to pop chicken nuggets.
Do you know what my fat dude move is?
No.
Spicy chicken nuggets.
We'll see if I do the same thing.
Get an
though.
order of them. Order spicy chicken nugs. God damn it! And I get the when it was out, it was the bourbon pub chicken sandwich,
Oh, that was good. Yeah.
and I would put the
Stack
spicy
'em.
nuggets in the.
There you go.
And I would, dude.
I'm proud of you, sir.
Thank you. Oh, dude. And my wife would just watch me eat it. And I'm like, it's good.
My wife did a fat guy
Oh, yeah?
hack the other day that impressed the shit out of me. And Not that she's a fat guy, of course. She's actually very
Surprise! Adam chases bears.
she's very small compared to me, and a very petite lady. But I was going to get McDonald's breakfast actually, because it was like the only thing I had time to do right before cookie table. And she was like, "Oh, just give me the sausage and cheese muffin." I was like, "No egg?" She said, "No egg." Okay. Went and got her thing, and she said, "Hash browns." I went, "Hash browns." Got it all. So I bring it home. She pulls apart her sandwich, puts the hash brown on the McMuffin, and was eating. I was like, "That's genius." She's like, "Yeah, sometimes their eggs are weird." I was like, "They are weird sometimes." That's fucking awesome. I already ate my hash brown by that point.
Yeah.
So
You're telling me if you could go back and redo your vows, like the way that you put your hash browns on your
I knew you were ride to die at that point. Yeah. Oh, my go-to for McDonald's breakfast is that steak, egg, and cheese bagel. It's fucking killer.
When I know I don't have to go anywhere else, like, because if I eat red meat, I have to make sure for the next like so many hours I have nothing else to do because it really destroys me. I have to be very careful.
That's right. I forgot you're off red meat. I am for the like. I don't eat a lot of burgers, but that steak bagels
are so fucking good, and I'll get that. Also, too, don't sleep on Sheets. Sheets has
they have one. Sheets and Gecko both have wonderful breakfast sandwiches.
Banging. They have that farmhouse breakfast sandwich.
They're not making my list because there's just so much customization there.
We could literally do a top like 10 of the things we like from Sheets because you can customize so much.
Easy.
Yeah.
And I worked there for 5 years. I can give you some custom hacks you wouldn't even believe.
Yeah, man. Can I have some of that wall mac and cheese?
That was a bad day.
That was a real bad day. So, Adam, I have to give you my 4th round pick. And I know we said earlier that desserts wouldn't make it.
I said probably wouldn't make it.
So, I am throwing a curveball.
Here comes that McDonald's apple pie.
I do like those a lot. And I do get those when I can. But I'm going to go with a treat that I loved as a kid and I still love now.
Oh, I hope you say what I'm thinking.
It is the Dairy Queen Blizzard.
That's what I was just thinking.
With Reese's Pieces.
That's a strong choice. I don't know what my favorite Blizzard.
That and Oreo.
I was going to say Oreo is usually what I went with. Heath Bar was
really good.
In my I didn't like it as a kid though. I like it now.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah,
you know what sucks?
What's that?
In a Blizzard, M&Ms.
Yeah,
I love M&Ms, but they get too hard and the chocolate gets like chalky.
Hurts your teeth.
And it gets real gritty and chalky.
Yeah, I don't like that. And also too, the one thing I'll get, it's seasonal.
I'm so hungry right now.
But whenever they do the pumpkin pie Blizzard, because I like pumpkin stuff regardless.
I don't think I've ever gotten that.
Really good, man. Because they use marshmallow fluff in it. It's like 1,000 fucking calories for a small. But I'll get a small one because I know I gotta wash myself. But that thing is incredible. But if I'm out with the kid and the kids want ice cream, we go to DQ. I'm definitely getting a Blizzard with Reese's Pieces in it.
I don't know if I've gotten dilly bars before.
Yeah,
because gotta keep her happy. Get that.
It's a quick little treat.
But yeah, I think I almost always get a Blizzard.
Yeah. And then I like too when it's the one we go to as a bunch of teenage kids, and they like the magic of turning it upside down before they hand it to you. And I've had it fall out one time.
What happens then? They just have to redo it.
They give you a free one and they give you a coupon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and he came out and he was like, "Here's your," and and it was like he botched a surgery. Like his whole face turned. He was like, "Oh my god." Yeah, but then he gave me and I was like, I don't care. Like, you have to clean that up.
Because then you got to go tell the Dairy Queen, and she might put you before the Dairy Executioner.
Yeah, and they put you before the Burger King, and he beats the shit out of you. Didn't know that one, did you? Illuminati. No one wants to tell you this, but the Dairy Queen's married to the Burger King, and they'll fuck you up.
They have two Jester.
Wendy's?
Jack's and McDonald's. There's a whole thing on it. I'll have
to check that out, man. So what do you got for your 4th round pick?
So I did clarify about discontinued items, and I would be remiss. And I do have a backup if you don't want to let this on.
Is it the Bigfoot pizza from...
No, I'd be remiss if I didn't have my favorite place to go to as a guilty pleasure, Taco Bell on the list. You already brought yours to the table. But my favorite thing Taco Bell ever did was the Volcano Burrito.
I don't think I ever had that.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I might have to not put it on the list.
I've never had that, buddy.
So it was their super spicy sauce, which was volcano sauce.
Yeah.
In a burrito that was just beef cheese, maybe sour cream and beans.
That sounds really good.
It had hot It wasn't Flamin' Hot Cheetos, but it was almost like Flamin' Hot Cheetos dust on a Frito chip, like a corn chip.
Dude, I've never had it, but I'll fucking
It was
allow it.
It was around when I was a kid, and then it was around like right when we graduated high school and going into college. Like most of those college, it was there for a good stint the second time it came out. But that, or if you want something more relevant, that is almost equal, just without the spicy.
Yeah.
Which some people might think it's discontinued. Fat guy hack. If you order through the app, you can still get it.
Nice.
From Taco Bell. The quesarito.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the burrito, but it's wrapped in a quesadilla.
Yeah. I'm going to let you go with Volcano.
Okay.
Because I feel like...
It really introduced me and like got my butt prepared for spice. Yeah. It's the hottest thing Taco Bell ever made. I think it's hotter than their Diablo sauce or whatever the hottest sauce.
I remember the volcano sauce because whenever I was in high school, we used to do the challenge where you would, before like Instagram, like, oh, this fucking, we would take packets of it and go to parties and you would cut the top of it off and you see how many you could shoot until, oh yeah.
Actually, real fat guy thing.
Yeah.
If you look right between your feet right now, I have a bunch of fire sauce packets.
Oh yeah, you do.
So not Diablo, but I got fire sauce from when I got Taco Bell after cookie table, because that's what I do after beer fests. You just gonna rip one for old time's sake?
Yeah, man.
Right, go for it.
This one's on me.
So yeah, I'll go with the Volcano if you'll let that go, or as you put it on the Sal Volcano burrito taco.
Oh yeah,
yeah, rip it.
I like it.
So do you want to know my things that didn't make it?
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of Wendy's, actually.
Yeah.
Wendy's Baconator, Taco Bell Cheesy Gordita Crunch.
Yeah.
Wendy's Spicy Chicken Sandwich, which is inferior compared to the two we put on the list. And then another discontinued item, the Taco Bell Caramel Apple Empanada, which was their dessert for a while.
Fire.
Which I think was out around the same time as the Volcano. I know there was a crossover where they were both around.
Yeah.
They used to have something called the half-pound beefy potato burrito.
Oh, that was so good. Yeah,
that's really not around anymore.
No.
Either.
Now Taco Bell went through this thing where they revamped their whole menu.
I think they just kind of streamlined it to get the stuff out the door quicker.
You know what really sucks, and this is definitely first world problems and also me hipster problems, is whenever like you see something on the board and on the very bottom it says you can substitute out beef for chicken or plant-based.
Or steak, usually.
Yeah.
Taco Bell, yeah.
So I'm like, oh yeah, let me get, can I get because my wife also likes it too. So I was like, can I get the cravings thing? It's like 10 tacos and 5 tacos and 5 burritos. Yeah.
Me and Dennis killed one of those down here.
Right. So I'm like, but can I make the burritos bean burritos? Infinitely cheaper, easier to make. I always get told no.
Huh.
Yeah, they all like, we can't substitute. There's nothing on the computer. I'm gonna pay you the same amount of money,
and that's cheaper.
Yeah. And I'm tipping you. Just give me what I want.
Just be like, I'll give you $20 to do it.
I had one.
Because that's such a good deal. That's like $12 too.
It's incredible. And I was like, I had one sweet girl at the Taco Bell near my house go like, oh yeah, we could definitely do that. And then I was like, oh, I can come here and do it. And then the next guy was like, no, we don't do that. So we have 8 delicious choices here to make our Mount Rushmore to steer people towards something they can get other than the dry-ass turkey that their mother-in-law gives them. So, Adam, I feel like this is the first time we've ever gone through a Mount Rushmore and didn't fully argue with each other.
I just hate your Chick-fil-A choice.
Really?
Yeah, just because of
their stance on...
Yeah. On...
He's also...
On white cisgender males being number one. I do like that they say my pleasure every time you say thank you. But other than that, I fucking hate them.
Does it get you hard? My pleasure.
Depends on who says it.
Yeah, there's some of those college dropouts telling me my pleasure, whether it be man or woman. I like that shit. But I would say that if I look at what
and your McNugget. Yeah, I actually kind of hate your list.
Really?
Now that I'm looking at all 4 on the screen, yeah.
There's no way you hate all 4 of those.
I don't hate all 4, but I dislike.
You don't like Chick-fil-A because they're homophobic.
Yeah, McNuggets are just fucking cardboard.
No, they're not.
They're passable.
Dude. That's the only thing that stayed true was the McNugget. Everything else is falling apart for them. Even their Big Macs taste like shit.
That might be true, but that doesn't mean it needs to make the list. Just because it is good for McDonald's.
All I'm saying is that you can take a shit on the McNuggets, but then you're like, oh, you got McNuggets, I got fucking nuggets too, and I just put a little bit of cayenne pepper on mine, and now all of a sudden they're more.
And they're crunchier, and
they are not
the
crunchier.
breading's better.
They are not crunchier.
The breading's better.
The breading is identifiable compared to mine, for sure.
Yes.
I have no idea.
I could pick a McNugget out of a lineup.
Oh,
of
yeah.
20 nuggets.
Yeah.
Because that breading is just like
it's odd.
concrete.
It looks like it looks like a dude's veiny dick. just the way it's on there. It's not breading, it's like a coating. And it has a vein that always runs through somewhere. Am I wrong or am I right?
No, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. I was just trying to think of another description that wasn't.
Nope, I'm spot on.
Well,
I've defeated you.
Demon King.
Yep, Demon King. Can you twerk? So, let's just say, because I think here too, I think my nuggets take out your
Easy.
Arby's curly boy fries.
No.
I think they take each other out.
They might eliminate each other. It's not going over.
No. They
They're both our most generic choices.
Yeah, they're out. I'm making a vie for first place here, and I want to say
my chicken sandwich.
with the Popeyes one.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, number one.
I don't know.
Okay, spicy nugs. That's fine.
Yeah, those are gone. We don't care about. You can't.
Wait, so you just threw nugs and my fries out?
Yeah, they're terrible. They're trash. They're god awful. I don't know why you like them.
Damn it.
I don't know why you like them.
So what are we throwing up there?
I think that the Reese's Pieces DQ Blizzard needs to go number one.
Number one. Yeah, fuck that. Dessert comes last.
I know.
And it's gonna be last on the list if it makes it.
I think it definitely comes down to the chicken sandwiches. I do too. Head-to-head chicken sandwiches. And I want to say that I think that they each have the same amount of spice. They do.
Yeah. One of them has a pull boy.
That's right, which is what makes it more ferocious. I think that the Chick-fil-A...
All the hate makes it spicy.
The Chick-fil-A sandwich comes with the power of Christ.
Fuck.
What?
I disagree, but go ahead.
Chick-fil-A comes with the power of Christ.
Sure does.
And that's why I believe...
Is that important to you as a Jewish man?
Yep. And then, so I'm going to elevate it, and I'm going to say that the spiced chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A has to be number one.
Yep. If I didn't say the spicy chicken sandwich from Popeyes, yeah, you're right. Not only that, because you can get red beans and rice with your spicy chicken from Popeyes.
You win.
Yeah.
You win.
Fucking crap. Better sides of Popeyes.
Oh,
I don't want to
dude.
go there, but better sides of Popeyes.
You did. Well, you had to.
You want waffle fries? Usually they don't put no salt on them. Fuck that.
That's true. Why is that?
I don't know. I do not know.
I don't know why they.
Everybody goes nuts for waffle fries, and I do like the shape and how it grips my dipping sauce. But
yeah,
God, I'm so hungry right now.
The
I just said grips the dipping sauce, and I like shivered a little bit.
I saw it. It's like down your spine a little bit.
It's like a little piss shiver down my spine.
Well, then can I pitch the gordita for number two?
I'll give you the gordita for number two because my Taco Bell
is no longer
choice
around.
is not around
Yeah,
anymore.
And I
want Taco Bell needs a place on the list.
And I believe gordita is not.
Gordita is probably the most popular thing they've put out in like the last 2 decades. I think that was right around 2000 they started the gordita.
Yeah,
show.
and it survived all the cuts.
And cheesy gordita crunch was my number. The second thing I was going to put up from Taco Bell. So
I really do enjoy the cheesy gordita crunch.
So gordita kind of encompasses that.
Yeah, I could agree with
that.
The
only shitty thing about the gordita crunch is if the place lets me, like you said, Taco Bell very finicky. I don't like the ranch sauce they put on it. I like the.
You don't like the ranch?
Yeah, I usually just get it either without sauce or just put something else on there.
I'm a fan of the ranch.
Sauce
I'm a fan of the ranch. Oh, that Chipotle sauce is really good. Yeah. This a side note. Have you ever had the smoky Chipotle sauce from? Oh God. I forgot the hot sauce brand. Damn it.
Frank's?
No, it's always at Chipotle. What the hell do they have over there?
Oh, damn it. I know what you're talking about, too.
Yeah. It's delicious.
I love it on eggs. It's
like
wooden cap.
Yep. It's a smoky Chipotle sauce.
Fuck.
I buy it at my Get-Go, or not Get-Go, but Giant Eagle all the time.
Yeah, their smoky Chipotle is good.
It's delicious.
I'll figure it out here.
Adam's Googling. So while he's Googling, he's distracted. I'm going to hurry up and sneak in McDonald's chicken nuggets, number 3.
Bullshit. I would say Wendy's spicy chicken Number 3.
I could go with definitely the spicy chicken nuggets for number 3. I don't think that's a far-fetched idea.
Because you don't need sauce. You know you need sauce. You don't need sauce on the McDonald's ones, but it helps.
You do. Can I say this, though? If we were pairing it with sauce...
Cholula is what we were thinking.
Cholula. Thank you very much. Cholula's Chipotle sauce is so fucking good.
And their regular hot sauce is my favorite thing on
really
eggs.
good,
It's just got a little bit of sweetness over the other hot sauces. Cholula original on eggs.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Got a little bit of that bell pepper sweetness that comes in there. Yeah, that's really good. But I'll give you spicy chicken nuggets on there.
You should.
But I'll say this, though. If you let me say, because then spicy chicken nuggets doesn't need any sauce. If I brought McDonald's McNuggets with their original honey barbecue sauce, we'd have a fight. We would have a fight.
They don't even have that.
They don't have it anymore. Yeah. But no, I'll give you spicy chicken nuggets.
And then Arby's curly fries, and we're good.
Yeah, not happening. So, like you said, there has to be dessert at the end, and I'm pitching the Blizzard from DQ. Because not only can you get that...
I'll give it to you if we make it non-ingredient specific.
So just a Blizzard.
A Blizzard with whatever you want in it. Except M&M's.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. I'll allow it.
All right.
Blizzard.
Because I think Reese
DQ.
Pieces is getting it too specific. Because
No.
you get Reese Cups too, and that's phenomenal. There's so many things you can get in there that are great. And yeah, I do think we need a little bit of dessert.
Just a touch.
And the caramel apple empanada is not around anymore.
No.
And McDonald's apple pie pales in comparison.
It does. I swear to God, man, if that empanada was still around, it would just be like, number 1, empanada, number 2, empanada.
There's so much caramel flavor in that thing. Oh.
I
burned my mouth on that food item more than any other food item in my life.
I back-to-backed it because my sister and I used to go to Taco Bell in our college days, and I would get the empanada, and I would get Choco Taco, and I would go, too hot, ooh, eat the taco. Ooh, too hot, eat the taco.
You got no actual food. It was just sweet.
Desserts. So the boys bring you the Mount Rushmore of fast food eateries.
I'm going to keep saying it. I'm so hungry.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. So number 1, we're going to have the spiced chicken sandwich from Popeyes. And then we're going to have number 2 coming at the Gordita from Taco Bell. Number 3, the spicy chicken nugs from Wendy's. And number 4, bringing up for some dessert, it's a Blizzard from Dairy Queen with no fucking M&Ms. No M&Ms. If you have M&Ms in it, fuck your mother.
I do want to propose a future challenge maybe, though. And just do favorite fast food sandwiches in the future. And keep it out of the items. I mean, these chicken sandwiches here might show up again.
Yeah, for sure.
Way in the future. Once this is... dead and buried.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's a good one because I have some bangers in my list that they're my go-to.
We still got to do, which none of them made my list. We still got to do like pizza joints at some point.
Oh, dude. Yeah, for sure. So we're moving on to listener questions, comments, and whatevs. And I'm going to let you know, Adam, we had questions and comments and everything, but I follow a very weird Twitter feed, and he asks questions that are pretty polarizing. So instead of hitting up our normal questions and everything, I want to take a shot at some of these weird ass things I've been reading.
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain the first one to me. I'm too dumb to even understand it.
Can you separate the message from the messenger? So
how I took this before I seem like a super idiot is the saying "Don't kill the messenger."
Kind of.
Can you separate what the message was from who delivered it? But that's not what it is.
In a sense, yes. Okay. So I go to Chris D'Elia is the first person I think about, like his personal thing going on and his comedy act. Can you watch his comedy and forget about his personal?
Not in his circumstance, not in his situation. No,
that's a tough one. Yeah.
Can I ever do that though?
Can you ever separate them? Like so here in Pittsburgh,
that's a really good question.
Yeah,
it's just phrased oddly.
It is. But here in Pittsburgh, if you look at it, we have separated the message from the messenger a ton of times. Most notably,
some of us have.
Ben Roethlisberger.
That killed football for me.
Yeah, it was tough, man. So I mean, I think it depends on what.
It's all case by case, but if that messenger is bad enough, I can't.
I can't separate. Yeah, and it's kind of hard too because I don't think there's a hard and fast answer.
He literally killed the Steelers for me.
That was tough, man. That was tough. And not only did he do that, but then of course, allegedly, because they never brought him to charges.
Yeah, because he's rich.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. But then he turned right around. Instead of being humble, he was pissing in public at a golf outing, right after.
Well, and then he went right from that to Jesus is my savior and married the next chick he.
Yeah, point to the sky.
Yeah.
She's a nurse. Like, look, it's first responder. Yeah, trash. Yeah, I think if we can separate the message from the messenger, it has to be a case-by-case basis. I don't know. I always do like to wait until I hear everything that's going on.
And there's always a possible redemption story which fixes it. I can't think of an example where I have separated it. I'm sure there is one where somebody like went and redeemed themselves. And
Yeah, Ric Flair.
Not yet.
He's working on it.
He's trying. He's not very humble about it.
No, he's not. No, I think.
Yeah, my mind just dove into wrestling right when you said that. Too.
Yeah. Well, there are so many wrestlers that, especially when that.
You know what? There is one.
Yeah.
There is one in wrestling.
Yeah.
Macho Man.
Yeah. Yeah, I could agree with that for sure.
There's also not one in wrestling. Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, never. I will never.
I mean, Macho was very controlling and stalkerish over Elizabeth. From what came out. And that's all really creepy, but I'll still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll still, that might be the only one. And I mean, that's a domestic problem behind the scenes, which doesn't make it right, but it wasn't. And the problem with that situation is all of that came out after they both passed away. So it's really tough for either side to defend themselves. So I don't like speculating on it. But that might be one. Like, and I'm not going to say he's ever a great person, but I think his wrestling matches are great. Like,
they are. They're classic.
Right.
Also, too, if you can go into that fucking Razor Ramon, how do you not separate his personal life from what he did? That ladder match in '92 was a classic.
Yeah.
But he was already so deep into drugs and alcohol.
And he killed a man.
And he killed a man. And we were like, no, man, when he wrestled Shawn Michaels, it was so fucking cool.
He was one of my favorite, after he already killed somebody.
Yep.
He was one of my favorite wrestlers. I didn't know that happened.
And then you loved him even more because he killed a guy.
No. I mean, it was in the allegedly self-defense, but...
Sure.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I'm trying to think of any other ones where... I mean, there's so many people that have been ruined for me.
Yeah, man. It's tough.
Off the field, off the stage, out of the ring antics.
Just point your finger at metal music for a hard second, and you can see a ton of people. Oh, fucking As I Lay Dying, lead singer, Tim Lambus.
Yeah.
Like, can you separate that?
If their songs pop up on Pandora, I'll listen to them. I don't
search it out.
Though. That's a very weird one.
That is tough.
Definitely don't support him.
No.
Definitely question the band for letting him back
in.
Like, yeah, that's a weird one.
Well, did he go get mental health help? Like, was there something going on?
I don't give a fuck.
Steroids.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I don't care. You hired a hitman to kill your wife.
That's fucked up.
Just because you wanted to see your kids more. I don't.
Yeah.
It's not the solution.
So, Adam, how do you define intelligence? Another very, very vague but very specific at the same time question. Like, how do you define intelligence?
I mean, I would say it's just, if we're going off of Webster's, it'd be like a high IQ. Like, whoever has the higher IQ is the more intelligent.
Yeah.
But on a personal level, I like people that kind of have like world experiences as intelligent. Like, I wouldn't even consider myself intelligent because I haven't seen the world. I don't, I don't have that many experiences outside of my bubble of shit. I don't think I'm a dummy, but I wouldn't think I'm a genius or any. So I would say it's somebody that's just well-traveled, has a lot of world experiences, and can communicate that clearly. And interestingly, if you're an interesting, just knowledgeable person about life, I find that to be more intelligent than you knowing every equation in physics or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd agree with that too. Like
I appreciate street smarts and just life smarts over book smart.
I think intelligence and fascination kind of go hand in hand with me whenever I'm listening to someone talk about, like, oh yeah, that one time I was in like Dubai, like, and they're not like in the palaces of Dubai, like they're in the slum side streets of Dubai, and they were like talking to people and helping them out and like giving them water and everything. That to me, that like, you put yourself in a position where you can go do those things, and now you are fascinating me because you were so intelligent to put yourself in a position to go do those things.
Here's a really good like baseline example. Like, I'm not saying just because you know rocket science,
Yeah.
that you're smart. I mean, you're smart. I'm not saying you're intelligent. But if you know rocket science and you can communicate it to a group of people
Who are not rocket
who are
scientists.
not rocket scientists and are not going into rocket science and make it interesting and make them feel like they learned something,
Oh, yeah.
then you're intelligent.
Yes.
If you're just a rocket scientist and you keep to yourself and you don't know how to communicate your knowledge to somebody else, I think you're smart. I don't think you're intelligent.
Accuracy. I like that a lot. Yeah. I think intelligence is the ability to bring others up.
If you don't have social skills and you don't have life experience, I don't think you can be well-rounded enough to be called intelligent. And I'm not calling myself any of these things because
No, likewise. Yeah,
I don't even think about it.
No.
But that is a very good question that just makes you think
about it. Yeah. So the last question here, which actually I had to think about a long time. Would you rather debate people who are dumber, so you'll likely win, but you'll never learn, or debate with people that are much smarter than you, you'll likely lose a ton, but you'll always learn something? Which one would you rather do?
Well, I debate a person that's dumber than me every week on this podcast, so that's kind of getting old.
What are you talking about, man? I have won a fair share amount of times here, buddy.
It just gets so daunting to just argue with somebody dumber than me every week.
It's fun that you say that because when I start debating you, the algorithm.
How did you get a master's?
Pops.
How did you get a master's degree?
The algorithm.
They just put it on a super long schedule so you could just really take your time.
Huh?
Were semesters 9 months long?
No.
For you to get your master's. Anyway.
So wait a minute, didn't you? It took you what?
Aside from this,
3 years to get.
Took a semester off.
Took 3 years for you to get yours.
Took a semester off, and I was going part time.
3 years.
2.5.
2.5. I thought it took me 18 months. I'm just saying.
No, well, yeah, they put you in the SPED program. Cool.
How classist of you. I had to fight to get mine paid for. Fight for it.
I didn't.
Poor.
I didn't. Obama was like,
your dad paid for yours.
No, President Obama paid for mine.
Yeah, Daddy did pay for it. Fucking Obama paid for that shit.
Anyway.
Yeah, so if you're fighting me every time.
Yeah, because I just won again.
You didn't win.
Yeah, it's so easy. I just win every time.
Dude,
I just win
fucking
every time.
win.
And you know what? It doesn't even take me any brain power to do it.
What are you talking about? You literally clap your hands and drag your knuckles and go, spicy things are cool. And then I have to agree with you. Otherwise, you go all mongoloid and you start throwing things around.
Yeah, and you can't handle it because you're too dumb to handle it.
I'm too intelligent to diffuse your brute stupidity. No, spicy nuggets good.
I'm not even thinking.
Non-spicy nuggets bad. Blah. That's what you do. You run around and you just freak the fuck out. You throw shit.
McDonald's good. Religion good. Everything America. Wave the flag.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here, Toby Keith. You stupid son of a- Anyway, I do appreciate having a educated, smart debate with somebody smarter than me.
Oh, yeah?
Than just tossing names around with some dumb on a podcast.
Dumb mumbles over there. I like to talk to people.
I have heartburn. Shut up.
I mainlined fire sauce. I'm doing all right. Come on.
But yeah, I would say somebody smarter than me because you do learn from that. Which I'm sure I'm giving you a really nice free education over our
it is nice.
39 episodes or 38 episodes now.
Actually, it's 40 if you count.
I don't count the speakeasy sessions.
You don't? Okay.
Yeah, those are their own thing, and they were awesome.
Yeah, you don't count because you don't know how to do math. So I would rather debate with someone who is smarter than me, of course, because I always want to learn, and I don't mind losing. Losing's not a big problem for me.
That's good because you lose a lot.
My new boss Ben says that I'm a winner, and it's worked
He
out
also
well.
doesn't pay you, you dummy.
He said the check's in the mail. But I'd rather debate with someone who's smarter. Because I feel like if you're debating people who are dumb, you're kind of ego tripping a little bit.
Right.
You're bolstering yourself up, but it's Socratic. You're claiming that you know everything, but you don't know enough of everything to know everything, if that makes sense.
Well, I'm glad I can provide you the platform to debate with somebody smarter than you every week.
Do you just like fill your head full of fucking hot air before we get on this podcast?
Better than getting filled with sprees.
You go back and you talk shit about sprees, and I like that because they're
The uneducated and impoverished. This is where it comes from.
Speaking
This
of,
is it. Matt, the uneducated and impoverished.
say that word again.
Impoverished. I got it that time.
They say that people who stutter have mental lapses.
Yeah, it's a serial killer gene in me.
It
It's
is.
fine. Yeah.
Black coffee, low heart rate, stuttering.
Like to set stuff on fire. Stove not. I don't
you
kill
don't kill any
small
animals.
animals,
No, you're
and
very
I'm not a
respectful.
bedwetter. Nope.
One time.
I pee in really odd places sometimes.
That's
when
what I
I'm
was
drunk.
going to say. If that was a serial
not
killer
the same
trait,
thing.
you would definitely be killing people. I had a friend who peed on a Sega Genesis. Wasn't you.
It was not me.
Nope, because you had more respect for it than
I
that.
had a friend that peed on a bush by the Washington Monument. That was me. I could have been charged federally.
Yeah, secret time, that was me. What's the statute of limitation on that?
I did that in 2008.
Yeah, it was way long ago. Definitely wasn't last year when I visited.
No, it was not. It definitely wasn't. It was the Halloween I dressed like a cowboy. I can figure it out.
You pulled it out of your chaps and you pissed on a bush. So, Adam, speaking of pissing on a bush, what's on tap and where can you find us?
I'll tell you what, Matt. We got a lot of stuff that's better than piss. How you feel about that?
Confident.
Right now we have the Shat-faced pumpkin roll imperial stout coming in at 8.1%. We have the dark roots oatmeal stout coming in at 6%, and we have the Darling I'm a Nightmare dressed as a daydream lemon dream cake ale coming in at 6.1%. And we have more stouts coming down the line. Probably a nice seasonal IPA coming here in about a month.
It is stout season.
And as far as where you can find us, just here in the Jojitorium. So hit us up on the DMs if you want to try anything, come by and try anything, or want some bottles to pick up and go. Can't promise how much will be left by Sunday because we're having some folks over on Saturday, but if there's anything left, I can get it to you.
And if you want to find out where those DMs are, do just follow Adam at Bash_Brew on all social media, and don't forget to follow him on Untapped. And if you want to find out what's going on with the boys down here in the Jojitorium, just follow us at DWTB on all social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Don't forget that we drop our listener polls on Tuesdays, and we have our new episodes dropping on Sundays. So you can follow us and participate, rate, review, subscribe, and share. So from where we are in the Jojitorium to wherever you guys are listening to this, until next time, cheers. New nickname, The Bridge.
The bridge.
Adam, The Bridge Bash Line.
Just sounds like I'm the girl getting spit roasted.
Uh-huh. Totally.
Are we recording?
Yes.